Here's a few examples of using inheritance across several different languages so you can read and recognize it in code when you see it. And don't worry about memorizing syntax here, we're just trying to get an overview. If I want to create a new class called album that inherits from a product class, this would be the way that I would do it in Java. Just simply use the extends word and then the name of the class that I want to inherit from. In C#, we'd use a semicolon. This is a very common way to denote inheritance. Album inherits from product. In VB.NET, we actually use the word inherits. Ruby's a little different. It uses the less than sign to say that album inherits from product. C++ uses the colon, as does Objective-C. So taking this first basic idea of inheritance between languages really is a very minor syntax change. Although, however, the details of overriding, that's allowing a new class to replace the implementation of a method in its superclass, are a little too specific to the language to be useful here, as some languages require keywords, others don't. Some languages require keywords in both the superclass and subclass, and so on. So for overriding details, I'm going to refer you to your chosen language. One common need is for code in the subclass, the new child class, to call a method that was originally defined in the superclass, in the parent class. And there's the question, how would we write a line of code in the child to call something in the parent? Well, the word you'll most often see is super. So in Java, we would say super dot and then the name of the method that was written in the superclass. .NET languages tend to use the word base instead of super, so they use base class and derived class rather than superclass and subclass, but the thought behind it is identical. So in C# we use the word base. In VB.NET, it's actually the word myBase. Ruby uses the word super, as does Objective-C, so that is the most common way of doing it. C++ is a little different because C++ allows for multiple inheritance. We could be theoretically inheriting from multiple classes, so we can't just say super and know that it will automatically go to the one superclass. So with C++, you actually have to use the official name of whatever class you're talking about. But again here, the syntax differences are the least things to be concerned about. I'm much more interested in your realizing just how well the same concepts work across multiple languages. However, inheritance isn't the only kind of relationship we can have between classes, and next we're going to see another one called composition.